Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So today I wanted to share my thoughts on redefining being a single mother, single motherhood, being a single parent. From my experience, identifying as a single parent was just a fact. It was just like, okay, y'all see I don't have this ring on my finger. I obviously was widowed, and then it's like if you get invited to something or you're moving through life and it's like +1, you're like, no, just me. You know what I mean? But it wasn't something that was like a major identifier in my life because it made me feel different. Okay. And to be clear, there are a lot of single mothers who feel single, feel alone, feel like it's all on them in relationships, in marriages, in partnerships, because all of the responsibility and weight falls on them. And that could be for several factors, several reasons. Maybe they're not speaking up and asking for help. Maybe the expectation hasn't been set. Maybe that man thinks that that just isn't his wheelhouse for whatever reason, or maybe he works a lot, maybe he's gone all the time, maybe he can't be hands-on and more present. Maybe it's a lot of different factors there. But being a single parent and identifying as a single mother on this platform, when I talk to my audience, it's just because of like making sure my girl's okay. Rayo, you okay? Okay, I'll help you get the hangers. Don't worry about that. It really isn't anything that we use here as like a put down, a statistic, something that sets you behind in any way, makes your, how you move different, makes you, it's none of those things. And this also too goes back to mindset. If you're going to have this chip on your shoulder where you're like, oh, well, people are looking at me and wondering why I'm out in the store with my kids alone and they don't see a ring, or they're wondering why I don't have in a relationship on my Facebook, or wondering why they don't see a significant other on my Instagram, or they're wondering, like I never hear you talk about somebody or like talk about their father or anything like that. Those are things that you have to work with. Those are things that you have to like get over, because in reality, no one is out here judging you and wondering, scratching their head, wondering what's going on with you and whether you're single or not. And I can tell you that from experience, because when I went places with my daughters, no one was like, so are you married? So, like, are you a single mom? Like, it's just, the energy just was never there to where like that has to come up and I have to explain my status, you know what I mean? And even in dating, it wasn't something that like, oh, you've got kids, or oh, I have to tell you this thing, we've been on several dates, I'm really starting to like you, I'm really starting to get a vibe, and so you have to know this big secret, I have 2 children, and oh, where's their father, what's the dynamic? Huh? Okay, good girl, but next time don't climb up on anything, because I don't want you to hurt yourself or break anything. Okay, just put your shoes away and clean the floor, because we're gonna vacuum. So these were insecurities that I wore out into the world, where I was like, what are people thinking? What are people gonna ask me? What are, like, no. And also too, in the same token, if there is some pain or there was some drama, or there, you have found your place yourself as a single mom in life, and that really wasn't what you wanted, or, I get it, infidelity is very hard to deal with. Separations are really hard to deal with. All of those things, you don't want to continue to stay in a place where you allow those things to define you, hold you back, and continue to hurt you, and really give your power away. When I hear women say, he hurt me, he really impacted my life in a negative way, he really, broke me down, he betrayed me, I can never trust again, I can never move on, like that's too much. That's too much on any one person, because what you're saying is I don't see I don't have control over my life, my feelings, my healing, my journey, and my come up. I'm allowing this person to change everything about, the trajectory of my life, who I am as a person, my gifts, my beauty, because let that man pass up on you. Let that man not see, and realize who you are and all that you can be as far as your potential goes. See, potential in men is different than potential in women. Potential in men is like, okay, so let's talk when you get all that checked off. And that's not a slight to them, but we can't live off potential. You can't eat an IOU. We can't eat, and live off of like, tomorrow I can get there. But a woman, she can pour, she has to sow, she has to, when I say pour, I mean pour into, nurture, and let things grow. So her process of potential is expected to take longer, is expected to need, watering, sunshine, and all the things, so that she can get to where, her best self, or a new evolution of herself. Because we don't do things all at once. Men don't have periods. They don't have that time of the month where they have to lay low. They don't have pregnancy, so they don't have to take 9 months, 10 months, I said the 9 months of the pregnancy and the 3+ months it takes to just get adjusted with a newborn in your life. They don't have to handle all, body changes, hormones, breastfeeding, or not being able to breastfeed, and getting through the pregnancy experience is from the mental side of like, what was your birth experience? All those things. Men are designed and wired to be able to just be like, they can get things done, they can focus, they can grind, they can do all those things, and it not be a hardship for them. So they're expected to, like, you don't have anything really standing in your way. You bitching and complaining, but you're just not doing anything. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be insensitive to men, but I also know that it's not really something that, like, you see the go-getters. You see the ones that don't make excuses. You see the ones that, like, are getting it done, taking care of their families, upholding their households, loving on their children, present dads, coaches, counselors, volunteering in the community, making money moves, investing, like all the things. And then you see the ones that just make excuses, so it's possible. And they're the ones that, like, I don't really understand what the issue is, because if I can do it, anyone can do it. And that's at any level, any race, any origin, any ethnicity, any age, period. So, but whereas women, we are, because of our femininity, because of our softness, because of all the things that make us women, it's almost like a no-brainer that we do things in time, in seasons, when it makes sense, when the environment is just right at the perfect time, and that takes support. So let me get back to the single motherhood thing. If you allow all the circumstances that brought you to being a single mother to shape you and hold you back and cripple you, then that's not good. That's not good. Though it may be hard, we're never going to go through things in life that we can't overcome and take our pain and turn them into our purpose. Okay, so that's the first thing. You have to believe that on everything, whether you're spiritual, religious, or not. The second thing is, again, you want to be in a position where people view you. Let's say people know your story, friends, family, whoever, your community. Okay, they know, wow, they went through a bad breakup, and she's got the kids and it's split 50-50, whatever. You always want to be the person that your head is held high. You have dignity. You have this unwavering, like, cool, calm, and collected. And yeah, it may take time on the inside, but that is more. And I'm not saying that, again, your pain isn't valid and that you have to fake like, I'm good. But it needs to be a goal, and it needs to be something that, like, you can't stay there forever. Your children, that doesn't help your children. It doesn't help your future self. It doesn't even help, you, if you want to move on and have another lasting love. have another, great relationship, great connection with whoever you so choose. That's gonna be way better than your baby daddy. And this, again, this is coming from a background, if it wasn't too peaceful. If you are widowed, believe and know that men do not shy away from that either. That everyone understands that life happens, and that's like, that doesn't make you unlovable. That doesn't make you like, oh, you have to remain this sad widow forever. Like, you can find love again. Both scenarios are up to how you choose to feel about yourself. Both scenarios put the responsibility and the focus back on you, not what someone else, even through death, you can say, oh my God, I can't believe this man like left me in this world alone. I can't believe that, this is now my reality. Yeah, you're never going to get the answers to those questions. And I don't know how, reaching out to a psychic works to the other side. Never tried it. Had I thought about it? Hell yeah, because I couldn't see past tomorrow. I couldn't see how, I'm like, what does this mean for me? But I also didn't let that consume me. I also didn't stay there. I had to start all over, pack up my apartment, sell everything. What I had left was just enough to fill my friend's the back of his pickup truck. And he took me to my parents' house. And from there, I began the healing. From there, I began to just like, okay, my daughter needs me. My daughter, can't have a mother that cries every day. My daughter can't have someone that looks like she's seen death and just doesn't know what else there is to live for. That's not fair. That's not even, that's not why I was brought here. You know what I mean? And then the second time around, when I was like, I got to the point where I was like, I don't want this. I'm too good for this. I'm outgrown this. I'm making a decision that we can co-parent and you can still be there for both of the girls. And, I'll figure everything else out on my own. That was coming from a place of empowerment. That was coming from a place of like, these are my boundaries. These are my standards. And this is my expectation. I'm not going to allow you to keep me in a place where I can't have good credit. I can't have, the quality life that I need, not even just want. If someone puts you in a situation where you cannot flourish, where you cannot prosper, where you don't have the things that you want and need, it's not good. All for the sake of love, all for the sake of saying that, I stayed and that's their dad, blah, 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 blah. No, when I was sending them with him on the weekends, he can be dad all day long. I'm over here getting my, certificate, recreating my degree, my career in healthcare as a CNA. I was figuring out, wow, what do I want? Now that I'm up from under this, crazy financial tumultuous mess, where do I want to go? Where do I want to be? And so when we were together, I'll never forget it. We toured this townhome, and I'm going to wrap it up, bring it full circle, so it makes sense. We looked at this townhome, we toured it, and it was gorgeous. And I was like, okay, with your income, we should be able to qualify for this. And I'll never forget it. It was in this really super nice gated lake community. It had a tennis court, clubhouse, basketball courts, parks, playgrounds, a pool, and like the little lakes had like the fountains. It was just beautiful. Walking trails. Oh my God. Rental or no rental, that's where I was like, yes. It was days. And I was like, where is the results from our application? Like, they should at least said, like, I don't know, we were not outbid, but like someone else swooped it up quicker. Like, what is the holdup? Like, and so I called, and he kept like, I don't know, this crazy, I haven't heard from him. And I'm like, okay, so I called, and I was like, hey, I gave her my name. Like, we applied for this townhouse, and she was like, I'm so sorry. I don't know why he did not relate to you that I spoke to your significant other, and you guys were denied due to payment history, terrible recommendations. Like, no one basically could back that he was worth being a great renter. Like, I was so blown. Like, and of course, with poor payment history comes a lower credit score and all of that. And I was like, but he makes almost $100,000 a year. Like, what the heck? That crushed me. And what was the biggest thing was that all this whole time, I was thinking it was maybe something on my part. Like, is it because I don't work? Do they need more information from me? Like, what's the holdup? Feeling so displaced and feeling like I didn't even have a say so on where I could live with this whole another adult that got me pregnant. Like, I was like, I can't live like this. I don't want to live like this. This is too much. This is too stressful. There's no amount of trust and faith and talking through this that's going to make this better. We had a car repossessed. We had all these issues that I'm like, why can't you just grow up? But see, me keep asking him questions like that and arguing and fussing and fighting with him. No, that's too much power. I'm like, I know what I'm capable of. I know my potential. I know what I can work toward. And if it takes 2 and 3 jobs right now in this season of my life, I'm willing to take that chance on myself. You know? So that was my resolve. And that's how I became a single mom. But it still wasn't this thing where I went through life, you know, like ducking and dodging, people knowing that or thinking or judging me or whatever. Like, it might just be where you're at in life, but you gotta find, you know, your like, being a mom doesn't define you solely. Being single doesn't even matter. Like, how do you feel in your life? How are you able to show up for your kids? What do you like to do? Do you do those things? Do you make time for yourself? Who is your village? Who are your friends? Who are your allies? Who are your alibis? Who are your people that like, they got you? They got them kids, teachers, babysitters. That makes it so that, like, you know, you're not really alone. You're not really alone. You're not single at all. You're not single at all. They got grandparents that love them or godparents that love them, godparents and friends and family that love you. And if you don't feel like you have that village and that network and that safety net, where can you rebuild those connections? Or where can you create new connections in a new family? Family is what you make it. Family is where the heart is. And where are you not asking for enough help? Where are you not accepting help? Where are you not saying, you know, when you said, I got you anytime you need me to get these kids, you know what? I really would appreciate a weekend. Yes, I'm going to take you up on that. Not just, yeah, I know. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'll let you know. No, accept the help. Put her, is that TT?
Oh, she's going into her cage.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Accept the help. Offer help to another mom and say, hey, maybe we can trade off sometime. We can exchange. We don't even have to like, maybe babysitter funds are tight right now. Let's take turns. When you have to work, you bring your kids here. When I have to work, my kids can come there. Whatever. But you've got to be able to look at some aspect of your life and find the good and find where, like, this whole thing that happened that allowed me to birth forever friends, because that's how I look at children, is not going to be a negative in my life. Children are just, yes, they need a lot. Yes, that's what child support is for. But as far as just like, oh, I'm a single mom and I didn't want to be a single mom and this has fucked everything up. Like, no, children, first of all, they didn't, that's not their goal to come in life. They have their own life purpose to pursue. And children, it's not their fault. And they need you. But they also need you to be whole. They also need to be fulfilled. They also need to be happy and to be an individual and to be a whole you. Not just these roles and responsibilities, not just consumed by being busy and allowing stress and all these thoughts that you allow to be bigger than they really are to consume you. Children, they feel your energy. They don't respond well to screaming and shouting and like a whole lot of mess that comes with breakups and all that stuff. Because again, I know I was there. I was like, me screaming and shouting at you is, first of all, not effective communication. Doesn't make me feel good, and I'm scaring them. You bringing me out of character, but also too, I'm allowing you that power over my life, and that's too much control. I don't scream and shout and raise my voice anymore. Not with my new fiance, and not just on a regular basis. Why? Because I have created peace. I have made choices that's like all that stress, drama, anxiety, and fussing and fighting has got to go. That's not in alignment with where I wanted my life to be in, or not. Yeah. And so this whole thing of labeling yourself a single mother to feel down on yourself, to feel like, it makes you less than and it sets you apart in some way, we got to work through that. We've got to work through that. You've got to know that really it doesn't even matter. People don't even really, if you had to tally up the amount of people, quality people, successful people, happy people, fulfilled people, whole people that came from single parent households from all different reasons, all different scenarios, and how they turned out and how close they are with their mother, how much respect they have for their mother or their father. Single dads be single parents too. It doesn't matter because that parent was able to maintain them. You're not your situation. You're a soul inside this body having a human experience. So how do you choose to let that affect you? You know what I mean?
Mommy, we're done with our room, so can we just leave our beds messy because the clothes are in there?
Yeah, we already talked about that. Now get dressed. So these are
Can
the
I keep this on until you finish your video?
after this video, we're going. All right, you can't wear PJs to the store. Get dressed. So that's all I wanted to say about that. Yeah. Change how you view the situation. Change how you think about yourself coming out on the other side of that situation. Change how you look at how you show up in life due to the situation. Do not let it define you. Love on your children. Get to know your children.
Sorry for interrupting.
It's okay, baby.
But can you help me?
Oh, with your button, yeah.
Okay.
Allow these things to
Hey.
allow these things to just
Thanks.
be in the past. And I get it. Again, it takes time. I did a lot of journaling. It took years. I went to therapy. So, everything is not overnight, but also to you decide how quickly you push through things by the effort that you put in it. Now, let me use this last example. After you have surgery, because I worked on a med-surg unit, our role, among other things, was to help these patients get up and walk and go to the bathroom and get back to their daily activities. Within a 24-hour window of their surgeries, no matter what, basically, because that kickstarts the healing process. Despite the pain, despite what it looks like, stitches, staples, gauze, or stuff be open, it doesn't matter. And some patients were just really resistant to I can't move, I can't do this, I'm not getting out this bed because I just had surgery. There's no way you people expect me to get up and walk. But that's exactly what, not just us. I'm not just a random person just in here telling you what to do. It's doctor's orders. This is proven science. Your organs have to get back and get realigned. Your blood flow, the circulation, getting your bowels moving, burping, releasing that gas and that air that is, comes from having a procedure. All these things, I can get all technical in it, but that doesn't matter. So if you can take that example and apply it to your life, though something is hard, though something hurts, you still have to find the push to work through it so that you can heal and get back to your life. And you're going to look back and you're not going to be out here telling everybody you had this type of surgery. Well, I hope not, because it don't matter, because you're back at it. Your stitches and staples were removed. The scar is healing. You're back to life. You actually don't even want to remember that you went through that. Sometimes surgery is not easy at all. And there's, complications and all these things. You're nervous. You're this, you're that. You want to forget. You want to put all that behind you and get back to living. You know what I mean? So you got to get up and you got to show up for your kids. And you got to show up for you. And you're not going to let, this boy, these men dictate and define who you are and who you show up as. Without mothers, there would be no men. Without women, there would be nothing in this world. So this whole thing of, oh, she is single mom, even if a man does carry that tone, he's just an idiot. And we know we don't listen to idiots. Oh, she this, that, and the other. Her body count high. She got all these kids. I didn't get these kids by myself. Somebody was up in it, enjoying it, loving up on it, licking up on it, and everything in between. That's where kids come from. And if you want to get real vulgar and raw with it, you know what I mean? They can't live without it. So there's always a risk of something coming from some good loving, because you need women, you chase women, you pay for women, that's all they think about. That's what drives them 50%. No, 99.9% of the time. Them numbers was too low. Okay? So let's keep it real. Half these men are mad that it's not as easy as they want it to be. Half these men are mad that, damn, like I would have to be a better man, a higher paid man, a man with some integrity, a man with some things going for himself to even, have the life and the woman and the family and the respect out here in these streets. Back in the day, you saw a man that had the house, the wife, the children, the land, the car. He was doing. You got all them kids. That is an asset. That is your legacy. That is your namesake. All them kids running around. So, we want to keep it real. Like, these babies aren't the issue. The babies aren't the issue. These men not thinking about these babies. You got men in their 50s and 60s having these little babies. Why? And they be at the playground, at the school recital, at picking them up from the daycare, because we all know what time it is. Age ain't nothing but a number, and life goes on, and children will forever be born to people. And whether, no matter what the dynamic is, that child does not define you. If I had another baby tomorrow, by who knows, God knows, life will go on. I wouldn't care. I would not care. I know too much. I've come too far. It would just be like, okay, and I would have to move some things around, but it's not gonna, no. So y'all, we got to work through that. We have got to love ourselves more, love ourselves enough to know that is not who you are. That little thing that has been turned in a small portion of the world with these really crazy, people that think real small, that's some kind of gauge to weigh someone's worth, someone's value, someone's all these other things. So we're not gonna feed that beast. We're not gonna feed into that whole thing. Now, again, that puts the responsibility back on you. Why are you going over there allowing these people to judge you? Sitting at these tables of conversations and debating people about, who you are and what you are and what, your worth in the world, your worth in life, this, that, and the other. And also, too, let me tell you, last thing, this sense of entitlement, I've seen on social media where it's like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, he gonna date me, he gonna take care of these kids. Okay, no, that's going too far too, because it's like, you're not gonna tell me to do anything. That's not my responsibility. So this pushback in the delivery, it's like, oh, it's giving ghetto vibes, because that's not how that works either. That's not how that works. Now you're giving us a bad look. But also too, if you choose to associate with those type of mothers, and you're over here trying to be refined and trying to be somebody, you know what I mean, with some sophistication about you, when you're dating the right type of man and you carrying yourself in a way where it's like, okay, y'all get to know each other, it's getting serious, and you disclose how many children you have, their ages, and how you're very protective and private, and you don't play about your babies, and rightly so. He's not gonna then back out and be like, whoa, this is too much. He's gonna be like, okay. He's been giving, he's been supporting, he's been falling for you. It don't stop. Then he's gonna be like, well, what do they need? What do you need? What do they need? He's been moving in that energy. So all this, he got to do this. If he talking to me, he better have these kids too. It doesn't require all that. And that just looks ratchet. It's like, no. But again, I don't have them kind of moms as friends. You know, I don't follow those type of women on social media. I don't have, I'm not in those type of rooms with those type of conversations. You know, I distance myself from all of that. So I'm over here living a life that's like, I don't really even know, you know, if it wasn't for social media, I wouldn't even know that people were out here moving like that. And it's sad. It's sad. So you decide what rooms you go in, what tables you choose to sit at, and what you choose to entertain. And I'm going to leave it at that until the next one. Peace. Bye.